In a world just beyond the edge of our own, where the mundane often dances with the magical, there stood a house, not just any house, but the Miller family's home on Whispering Willow Lane. It was a place where laughter chimed like wind bells and ordinary objects held the potential for extraordinary things. Here lived Elara, a young inventor whose hands were always a little greasy from her latest contraption, and her brother Finn, who saw magic in every shadow. And of course, there was DOG, the terrier, a whirlwind of joy, and Luna, the German shepherd, whose emerald eyes held the quiet wisdom of ages. One crisp autumn morning, a most peculiar package arrived. It shimmered with iridescent ribbons, glowing with a light that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Inside, nestled on a bed of shimmering stardust, lay a small, intricately carved wooden box. A note, written in elegant, looping script, offered a cryptic invitation to those who still believe, a whisper from the forgotten realm. Elara, ever the pragmatist, tapped the box. A mere puzzle, she thought, but Finn's eyes, wide with wonder, saw something more. "It feels different," he whispered, and then, as if summoned by his words, Luna gracefully sprang onto the table. She sniffed the box, a delicate, almost reverent gesture, before a soft, melodious bark resonated through the room. DOG, usually a blur of energy, sat perfectly still, head cocked, a low rumble echoing in his chest. It was then that a faint melody, like tiny bells on the wind, drifted from the box. Suddenly, the air itself shimmered. The familiar floral wallpaper of the Miller's living room began to swirl, transforming into a vortex of emerald and gold. DOG, letting out a startled bark, not of fear, but of pure unrestrained excitement, bounded straight into the shimmering portal. Luna, a sleek blur of black and tan, was right behind him. "DOG, Luna!" Finn cried out, his voice a bewildered mix of alarm and awe. Elara, her inventor's instincts kicking in, grabbed a nearby umbrella, adjusting case measure, and without a moment's hesitation followed her beloved pets. The Miller parents, exchanging a quick, resolute glance, plunged in after them, knowing they couldn't let their family face the unknown alone. They tumbled out into Aeridor, the realm of whispering wonders. It was a land bathed in perpetual twilight, where trees bore leaves of spun moonlight and rivers flowed with liquid starlight. Here, DOG was already making fast friends with a giggling, three-legged sprite, while Luna surveyed the ethereal flora with an air of sophisticated, almost regal disdain. Their mission, as explained by a majestic griffin with feathers like polished onyx, was to find the heartstone of harmony, misplaced by a mischievous gnomish king. Without it, Aeridor's fragile magic would simply unravel. But here was the subtle twist. The heartstone wasn't a gem at all. It was the lost laughter of children, stolen by the gnomes for their own peculiar amusement. Their journey was a series of whimsical challenges. They navigated a maze of talking flowers that spoke in riddles, crossed a bridge made of woven rainbows that demanded a perfect hum, and even outsmarted a grumpy cloud that only rained confetti. DOG's boundless energy and his knack for befriending every peculiar creature they met proved invaluable. His playful chases after will-o'-the-wisps often led them unknowingly to hidden pathways, and his enthusiastic tail wags would accidentally activate ancient magical devices. Luna, with her sharp intellect and uncanny intuition, was the quiet strategist. Her silent pounces retrieved lost clues from the highest branches, and a single piercing stare from her emerald eyes could intimidate even the most stubborn magical beings into cooperation. It was often Luna's quiet observations that revealed solutions that DOG's exuberance and Elara's logic might have overlooked, but it was Finn, with his innocent, unwavering belief, who held the true key. He instinctively knew that laughter couldn't be reclaimed by force, only by joy. With Elara's ingenious Laughter Collector 5000, cleverly disguised as a bubble-blowing wand, and DOG's riotous antics, they tickled and played with the grumpy gnomes until genuine mirth filled the air. Luna, perched regally on a nearby mushroom, simply watched, a faint, knowing smile gracing her lips. As the collected laughter soared back into the sky, Aeridor shimmered with renewed vibrancy. The Millers, along with Dog and Luna, returned home, the faint scent of moonlight and stardust clinging to their clothes. The wooden box now sat empty, yet when the wind whispered through the willow tree outside, a faint chime of bells could still be heard, a gentle reminder of their extraordinary adventure. And sometimes, when Dog let out a particularly joyful bark or Luna wagged her tail with contented bliss, Elara and Finn swore they could hear a faint, ethereal echo of laughter, a testament to the magic that truly lived within them all.